My dad was my coach growing up. I've been playing football as long as I can remember, and it's ingrained in my DNA.
What excites you the most about this team? What are you looking forward to?
The fans can expect another explosive team this year. Obviously, we had guys like Jamari Taylor that really could run through walls. Now we have a different team.
You can see the toughness. Like there's toughness that's being shown and seen.
It's like you can hear it. Like you can hear when guys are hitting hard. The big one every single year, Virginia Tech is going to be a great one this year also. Gets going to Blacksburg.
Coach Elliott mentioned this. He said the O-line group has really stood out to him when it came to leadership.
The offensive line is like the glue of the team.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah, and it's just not trying to be selfish or anything about like how we are as a group. And then just being tough. We're going to be meaner than you at the end of the day. And I think you're seeing that edge from everyone on the field.
So Drake, let me just start by this. Came from Cali. You grew up in Cali, right?
Yes, sir.
What's it been like getting over to Virginia? I mean, that's West Coast to East Coast. What's that transition been like? You know, how have you enjoyed the East Coast just in general?
Yeah, it's been great. Obviously, like I've been here 3 years now, going on 3 years.
Yeah.
Well, it has been 3 years, but it's been a great opportunity to be able to come out here and experience something new. California is obviously so different than this place. The weather's different. The people are different out there. But Virginia has just been such kind of an easy transition coming here and just meeting all the people. When I first got here, it was kind of daunting. I was like, okay, all right, we're going into a new environment, different kind of group of people that I've been around. But just getting here and kind of being welcomed by the community. Charlottesville is such a special place. Like these people all really kind of throw their arms around the football program and show support for this university within this city. And it's been really special. So I really feel like it hasn't been a hard transition. I had a pit stop in Orlando after I came from California. And obviously that was a different crowd as well. So coming up here and just being in this kind of tighter knit university area in Charlottesville where the city is kind of, you know, the school is centered within the city and everything kind of revolves around the university.
Kind of feels like a college town.
Exactly, yeah. It's that small town feel, but everyone makes you feel really welcome. And I haven't skipped a beat being from California and coming here. It's been great. Yeah,
that's such a great thing, or a great point. Like I've always, when I was here, I thought it was a college town. I transitioned to it right away. Right. It was super easy. I was a rural guy.
Yeah.
And so just coming here, I was like, oh, this is easy. I thought it was going to be some treacherous thing to go into, and I was like, no, you have your teammates, you have the people around you, the supporting cast, and it just kind of makes life easier. You know, when did you start with football? Like I want to get to know you just a little bit before we jump into like, you know, the team and the guys and all that stuff. Like when did you start playing? How has football just changed your life, and how has it just grown you throughout your life since you started?
I've been around football since as long as I can remember. I think I first started playing when I was like 6 years old. My dad finally got me in the football pads, and you know he has his history with football. He played for UNLV back in the 80s, and he was an offensive lineman too. But yeah, my parents tried to get me in it as soon as they could legally in California, and we hit the ground running. You know, my dad was my coach growing up, and my parents were both great supporters with football and kind of just raising me into the man I am today. But yeah, ever since then, you know, I played for Canyon Hills out there in Orange County, grew up and went to St. John Bosco. It's a high school in Bellflower, in Los Angeles. Really good football team out there. Shout out to the Braves. But yeah, it was great. I mean, I've been playing football, like I said, as long as I can remember, and it's ingrained in my DNA. I can't think of any other avenue in my life where I've really poured this much time into. So it's treated me well. It's gotten me to a great university here, getting my master's here, and obviously being a part of something really special on this football team. Historic season last year for the program. Huge. And it's been amazing being here.
Let's jump into that then, just with the season last year. And, you know, I understand it. You understand it. I guarantee Coach Elliott's talked about comparison. We don't compare. That's just not the case, because each team's different. There's a whole new set of, you know, teammates. There's a whole new it's just a whole new year in general. You know, what is something that you kind of feel that you have trying to take into your own hands with this new set of, you know, this new spring ball, this new summer workouts, and obviously rolling into the season, just to make sure the guys are on track, make sure we don't compare what last season was, and just trying to just get one day better each and every day? What's something that you just feel like you've been trying to do for the guys since you've been here and you've experienced that?
Yeah, I think obviously bringing the young guys along that saw it this last year, like how we did and how the work pays off, something big that we've been working on in the offensive line room. We really want to develop these young guys because it's going to take more than just the first five up in any given game. Like as you saw last year, we had to switch guys in. I had to move to center. You know, we had to bring in guys to play right guard. We had to have guys shuffle in at tackle spots here and there. So really just making sure that the guys know, like, things are so volatile within college football, and things can change, at the drop of a hat, just go so quick. So making sure the guys know, like, we can't be complacent because everything's changing so fast. Like you said, last year was last year. We did that. That's awesome. We'll get a new banner up there for our bowl game win. And obviously we're in 2026 now, so that's different. But I think I have a unique perspective being a guy that came in here, transferred in, and I've been here for a while now. I've been here 3 years now. So I have that unique perspective of, okay, I was a guy that was new here. They brought me into this program and kind of built me into that identity, and I developed the heart, the fit, everything that we believe here. So being an older guy now who transferred in here but has really ingrained themselves in the program now allows me to see, okay, like I know where these new guys that are coming in, what their thoughts are and their perspectives are, probably because I was in their same position, in their shoes. Bringing in that new blood, that fresh blood to keep things fresh and going is important. So not just having the same kind of stagnant mentality or kind of like ideology where we're like, it's the same thing day in and day out, it's Groundhog's Day. That's important from a sense of developing, but bringing in that fresh blood to be like, okay, like here's a new set of guys, here's a new batch of guys, here's your challenges coming together as a team right now to be able to not only do what we did last year, but exceed that and go farther this next season.
It's always the goal, right? You just try to get better and better. Coach Elliott mentioned this. He said the O-line group has really stood out to him when it came to like leadership and just things that he's seen. There's a lot of, like you said, you're 3 years in, Josie's there. I played with Josie. I was with Josie for a little bit. So like knowing that there's time there with the guys up front, he said, he feels really strong about you guys just being the leaders. What's something that you guess, since Coach Elliott's saying that, what do you see? Like, you see that yourself? Do you guys see yourself leading? Because, you take new quarterbacks are always coming in, right? New receivers are always coming in.
Right.
But there does seem to be like a core group of guys up front. And do you kind of see yourself, if you guys being that?
Yeah,
kind
definitely.
of leading the team.
Definitely. Yeah, continuity is really important on the offensive line, having older guys that can stick around and kind of teach the new guys that fall into that offensive line, like, this is how we do things, this is how we work, this is what we produce on the field. We can look back at our success last year and see, like, these are the things that we did in the offseason to be able to have the product we did on the field. And we, gave up one of the least amount of sacks for offensive lines, in the conference, let alone in the country. We did really well as an offensive line. So having new guys that are coming in, like McKeelan and Monroe, who were here last year but didn't necessarily get to play with us because of injuries, having them be able to see, like, this is what we did last year, and they already saw it firsthand as guys that were here. It just makes it so much easier for them to just slip into the fold now of the offensive line and just have that complete offensive line like we did last year. We had such great older guys last year that were playing on the offensive line. I mean, you had Boley, Josie, you had Brady, you had Whitmer, you had all sorts of older guys, Sype, Wigginton, all these other older guys that were just so experienced coming from different places or that were developed here. Having that old set of guys to be able to not only show how they play on the field, but show the younger guys this is how you do it the right way is super important. As I mentioned, that continuity, like having guys that can see these guys that have done it, the success that we've had. If you don't have something to look at and kind of mirror and reflect on, you're just kind of shooting in the dark, which is tough. You need that image to be able to look at and say, okay, this is how we did it and this is how we're going to do it this year and build off of.
Have you went out of your way to kind of bring guys along? And it doesn't have to be, I get you can do that with the O-line because you have that ability and these guys see you. I think there's a respect factor when they come in, whether they're young or new, from what you guys did last year. But have you guys reached out to other guys, or like, is there like someone? I still lean on you O-line because it seems like you guys just have the continuity, like you said, to reach out and grab guys. Yeah. Whether it's a different position, whether it's defense, whether it's offense, doesn't matter. Like, are you guys doing that a bunch too?
Yeah, I would say the offensive line is like the glue of the team.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah, and it's just not trying to be selfish or anything about like how we are as a group, but offensive linemen are naturally outward individuals. Like, we like to talk to everyone on the team. We like to get to know everyone and bring them into the fold. And you see that on our team. You saw it last year with how tight we were with our wide receiver group, our running backs, our tight ends, and then even the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Like, you have guys like me hanging out with guys like Antonio Clary, which like you normally wouldn't see like an offensive lineman hanging out with a DB, but like we're best friends on and off the field. So that's, I think, something that's really special and unique to the offensive line is like we are so tight with all the groups on the field, and it just makes it really easy for us to come together and like lean on each other. Obviously, you need a group that kind of serves as that glue to be able to bring groups together, because if you didn't have that, everyone would kind of be fragmented in their own little areas in the locker room doing
quickly too.
Do their own thing. But as Coach Elliott mentions, like this part of spring right now, this part of the year is coming together as a team, building a team right now. And what he means by that is like yeah, we're a bunch of guys that are on a football team right now, but are you a team? Like, are you really together as a team right now, connected? Because if you're not connected,
either.
exactly. If you're not connected, you're not going to be willing to put your body on the line for those guys come game day against Florida State down in Florida, playing in Tallahassee against those guys. So it's one of those things where we have to serve as like kind of the lighthouse as the offensive line, and other people see it and cling to it and are able to kind of mirror that and kind of replicate it in the locker room.
When the rivalry heats up, so do the specials. Game is on at Trophy Room, Charlottesville's highest rooftop bar, your go-to spot to catch every college basketball showdown. With limited time game day menus, all at the Graduate by Hilton Charlottesville, located right across from UVA's historic grounds. The Graduate brings Cavalier tradition to life with newly renovated, college-inspired interiors. Whether you're in town for a game, a weekend in Seaville, or just looking for the best view in the city, this is the place to be. Great atmosphere, great food, and a perfect home base for Wahoo fans. Check out Graduate by Hilton Charlottesville.
I think that's something special. I mean, I think it starts up front, both sides of the ball, whether it's defense or offense. And if you guys obviously are coming together with that, I think that's just a great starting point, especially in spring ball, and just continue to develop that and bring guys in, start bringing guys even closer into that.
Definitely.
I think that's something huge that just I recognized when I was playing, when we were really good or when we were clicking at a high level. It was one team. It wasn't fabricated, but two, up front. Up front was just how it rolls. And so like, that's huge. That's good to hear too. Let me just ask you a little bit, just kind of getting into spring ball, like how has that been for you? What have you seen with, you kind of talked about the O-line, but what have you seen offensively? Because you're a center, you're going to have to be calling, we can get into like the intricate parts of playing center, but what have you seen offensively for you guys? That just gives you hope and just continue to look forward and work towards.
Yeah, I think we're definitely living out coach's mentality of fit and our identity, which is fast, intelligent, and tough. And we're strong on all three of those fronts right now out on the field. On the offensive side of the ball, I mean, when I think of fast, I think about how Coach Kitts likes to tempo the defense when we're out there and kind of bring the defense to their knees. Being fast essentially means like we're going to get up to the ball and we're going to snap it before you're ready. If that means we're getting a penalty on you guys because you guys are in the middle of trying to get guys off the field, or your guys are so winded that they can't keep up with us, that's something that we're really doing really well right now. The intelligent part of it is like we're smarter than you. Obviously, we're at the University of Virginia. Our defensive linemen are smart. They're smart guys. And all the guys on defense are really smart. Like they hide their blitzes well, they hide their stunts well, and they execute them pretty flawlessly. But just in terms of like our mindset on offense, like we're going to be the smartest unit on the offensive line especially, but we're going to be the smartest offense in the country against all those guys we're going against. And we're going to outsmart you when it comes to being on the field and our scheme and our technique and all those different fronts. And then just being tough, we're going to be meaner than you at the end of the day. And I think you're seeing that edge from everyone on the field, whether it be up front, whether it be the running backs behind us so that they hit a hole and it's like, bam, they're smashing right through it. We have some guys that can juke them and give them the moves. We also have some running backs that are going to put their helmet in your chest.
I will say,
and go
from a
through
spectator now, you can see the toughness. Like there's toughness that's being shown and seen, and it's visual. From when you play, you don't really understand it. But when you're watching it, then you kind of see it. Even when you like watch NFL, if you get to watch NFL on a Sunday randomly, you're like, oh yeah, that guy's tough. But now that I've got to take a step back and see it, it's like you guys for sure, that toughness aspect has increased tremendously, and you can see guys playing with that.
I think something unique about it too is like you can hear it. Like
you can hear it.
Yeah, hearing it is one of the big things about football. You can hear when guys are being tough, and you can hear when guys are hitting hard. You can see it obviously, but like I can't see what's going on the outside, and half the time I don't even see where the running back hits the hole and where he goes. I'm too busy locked into my defensive lineman or climbing up to the second level. But you hear when a running back makes contact with the DB or vice versa, and it sounds awesome. So you definitely can tell right now we're exemplifying those three fronts that Coach Elliott has set forth for us this spring.
Let me ask you this: with competition, I talked to this about with Coach Elliott. It just seems like there's competition everywhere, and it's only making you guys better
100%.
On offense, and it's only making the defense better. So when you guys do go against each other, which you're going to go against each other tomorrow, like just tell me a little bit about that. Like you've been here, this is your third year here, so how has that just helped you develop? It just seems like we're always getting new guys, bigger, more competition in, and I feel like that's just kind of the key to development of teams. And just I want to have you talk about that competition aspect on the team. Yeah,
that competitiveness is incredibly important to the development of football players. Obviously, if you're just the guy and you're out there and you're just competing every day against guys that aren't trying to compete against you, you're not going to get better because you're not trying to raise the bar and beat that guy out every single day. So I think it's one of those things where if someone's on your tail and he's trying to beat you out in your position, you're going to go harder every single day and give it your best. That's something that the coaches really enjoy seeing is like having those guys that can compete against each other and putting their best foot forward and showing their best every single day is only going to make everyone else better. And if I'm competing against someone that's next to me or someone that's behind me or someone that's in front of me, and I'm putting my best foot forward, what do you think the defense is getting? They're getting my best every single day. I'm getting their best because they're in the same position on the defensive side of the ball. So ultimately, you're getting the best football team, the version of your football team you can get every single day at practice.
All right, so we are well into this conversation. I just got to tell you, you are one of the most well-spoken guys I've ever heard. I know you were at Stanford, you're at Virginia now. What are just like things off the field or aspirations that you see yourself doing besides football? Let's just put football to a side. Who is Drake and what does he want to do?
First off, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That means a lot. Obviously, going to both these two institutions has really sharpened my kind of intellectual blade and helped me just in my endeavors going forward. I studied political science in my undergrad, worked for Condoleezza Rice at the Hoover Institution, and among other people like General Mattis and General McMaster, which are just phenomenal individuals to look up to and some of our greatest leaders. But coming here, I did my Master of Public Policy, graduating this semester from Baton, and kind of my whole master's thesis, applied policy project is what we call it, was on veterans' mental health care initiatives and peer-based, community-based programming for veterans in the reintegration process after serving in the military. So that's definitely something that I've kind of really dove into this last year and really kind of put all of my effort into on the educational side of things outside of football. I could definitely see myself lobbying for veterans in DC on the Hill down the road, whether that be in DC or working with veterans down in Florida if I move down there, or sticking around in Virginia and Charlottesville.
That's amazing.
Just helping out the client right now that I'm working with, living free together, has been really special and something I really deeply care about. So just being able to do that has been really special, and I don't think I could have gotten that in a lot of different places. But having that here in this kind of small, tight-knit community in Charlottesville has just meant the world to me. And being able to do good work like this is just makes you a better person each and every day, and really shows you how lucky we are to live in this country and obviously being defended by these soldiers each and every day and having them come back. You know, it's really important that we do great things for them.
I mean, that's amazing. Do you have family members that were in the service, that served in our army?
Yeah, my grandpa served in World War II, and you know, he fought hard and he came back, and he actually had a really successful career as a doctor. But yeah, he kind of really influenced me to kind of support the troops in this way also, and showed me, you know, what it means to be a hardworking American, you know, obviously serving on the battlefront and then coming back and doing your duties as an American here in the homeland. So no one close to me necessarily that served in the military, kind of my age range in my family, but having that to look up to, my grandpa is just someone who really kind of stood out to me, and that really drove me to do this.
Gives you a tremendous amount of purpose.
100%.
Outside of just, you know, the football, and this becomes a lifestyle for us, right? I understand it. And when you can find something outside of it that gives you a little bit more purpose, it makes you develop into a better human.
Right.
Like you get a lot more out of life, you
Definitely.
feel like, when you're doing something outside of just solely this.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Makes you appreciate all those different aspects way more as well.
Yeah, because we have life pretty good here.
We definitely do.
It's hard sometimes, but I mean, it's not. You know, I don't take it for granted. I never never try to take it for granted. You know, what's exciting for you as you know start to end spring ball, get into summer workouts, but just really look forward to the season? Like, what excites you the most about this team? What are you looking forward to? What should fans expect from these guys? I know we already talked about the toughness and the intelligence, but just give me a little bit more on that, about what to expect for the season.
Yeah, I think the fans can expect another explosive team this year. Obviously, we had guys like Jamari Taylor. We had guys like Zay last year that really could, you know, Harrison that could run through walls and really take it fast off the edge. But I think now we have a different team. We have different guys on this football team. We have different quarterbacks. We have different running backs. We have different guys at every different position, but still having that mentality of fit that Coach Elliott talks about. Like I mentioned, the fast, intelligent, and tough. Three pieces of it are something that fans are going to see again on the football field this year. Obviously, kind of the thoughts that we go into every single week is a nameless and faceless opponent. It's just a 1-0 mentality and mindset every week of going, you know, winning that game, whoever it may be. But obviously, we have our select targets on our schedule that we're really excited to play. Starts off in Brazil, playing against NC State. What a great opportunity.
That's so sick.
Yeah, to spread the game of football to Brazil. Obviously, they have football down there. which is really cool. But being able to spread that kind of game that we all know and love here in the United States of America down to Brazil is something special. And we have a really good pathway program, bringing a lot of international kids here to be able to play college football and high school football here in the States. So just being able to have that, share that with the Brazilian people is a really great opportunity for us.
It's a cool experience in college to go do.
Definitely is,
That's insane. And I know football has been going, overseas and doing in different countries and continents and all that stuff. But it's just really cool to see that happen.
Right.
And you guys get to experience it.
Yeah.
Like,
it's going to be great.
I never even thought twice about ever moving from either, Scott Stadium or to an opponent's field. That was it. That's all we were going to.
Exactly.
But you guys get to go down to Brazil, which is super sick. I know I've seen media stuff about you guys already talking about that. Look forward to the food.
Right.
Look forward to just the culture, what it's going to be like. But that's super cool. I mean, that's going to be an awesome experience.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun one. And then obviously, like, the big one every single year, Virginia Tech is going to be a great one this year also. Get to go into Blacksburg and show what we're all about. It's been funny seeing a lot of people talking about, Virginia thinks they have the leg up now, and Virginia, they get one game, and they think they're all that. But it'll be a fun season. We'll be able to show what we have, and I'm excited to be able to put that on tape for Virginia Tech to be able to see going down the stretch.
Get to play them every year.
Exactly.
So all the talk is before, all the talk's after, and then just you find out when you play them.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
It's just how it is.
It's great to put Virginia on the map, and we're here to stay.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Well, thanks, Drake.
Yeah, of course. Thank you,
buddy.
Brendan. It was nice speaking
Thank
with
you.
you today.